unconscious is driving us more than our conscious. Sometimes we think we are doing something for a reason, and if you really think about it, it is done for another reason. And I will explain it, okay? All those years when I was at school, I was only doing this, okay? And I realized on my last year of business studies that I wanted to become an artist. But so because I was not confident on myself, I decided to have a real job, okay? And with my real job, I was basically traveling everywhere in the world, okay? Implementing IT solutions for big international companies. So I lived in various countries in Europe, and I live in China, in Japan, in USA, etc. So what happened is that I still wanted to do my art, okay? Because it was in my DNA. So what happened is that I had the idea that because I was traveling everywhere in the world, you know, having pencils, you know, frames, all these things would not have worked. So I had the idea to continue to use this. So this is the only one that you can see, but I did 100 of them. This is a folder. So you when in airport, when in hotels, etc. I was taking my folder, I was taking my pen, and I was doing my things. Okay?
Moi, j'ai fait une photo magnifique.
Which, by the way, all the things that I've been doing, all the things that you're gonna see here, nothing has been done with a computer, and nothing has been done with a ruler, in règle. Okay. Everything freehand. I need to tell it because some people don't believe sometimes it was done freehand. Okay? So basically, and when I was doing this, for example, you start with all the black. You make all the structures. Yeah. Once the structure are finished, I was doing all the coloring. And once the coloring was finished, I had to do again all the black. This was done, it depends on the pens, okay? But I could go up to 0.05. Like an architect pen, very thin. And even if this line was big, for example, instead of doing like that, no, I was with my 0.05 and I was going. So this could take me 15 minutes instead of 5 seconds. But it was okay, because it's pleasure. So pleasure, 5 seconds of pleasure, again it's pleasure. So this, for example, I never counted, but I will say it's at least 100 hours of work out of weeks. Because again, you cannot do this like 8 hours in a row. You can do just a couple of hours, then your eyes start to be tired, your hand. And if you make any mistake, it's gone. Because it was not painting like you can put on it. You know, here it's... And you need... Yeah, and again, you need to imagine you are here in a bar, okay, with a lot of people passing by. So I had to be concentrated, but not focused in a way, because again, I was using my unconscious. But my unconscious was allowing me to see vibes. So, and when a vibe was coming too close, I could feel it, and I was doing this without seeing somebody. Okay? So I did that for 25 years, and what happened is that I didn't have any more folders, okay? And I wanted to buy some more. But the company who was making those folders got purchased by another company, which decided to stop making those folders, okay? And the problem is that when I wanted to buy folders from other companies, they were either made with plastic, so I could not paint on it, or they were made with the name of the brand, which was on the back, and I was drawing on the back. So I had to find a way to do something else. Because I didn't have folder anymore, I decided to do my art on paper. Okay, because again, Canva with real painting, I think it's messy, you need to clean, you know, your pencils all the time, etc. I did two, by the way, in my life, which are hang in my home, but they are the only 2 paintings on Canva that I made. Okay, so I decided to do this on paper. But imagine, for 25 years, you use this support for making your art. Then, doing it on paper was a kind of psychological revolution. Okay, because it was not the same support, at least. Okay, so I was kind of afraid. So I said, okay, what should I do? Okay, and I had the idea to redo exactly one of my folder on paper. Because it was a way for me to be more relaxed and to say, okay, let's do this and then we'll see how things are going. Okay? But if you look at my paintings, they are mostly or only made with triangles. My gallerist asked me, why are you making paintings with only triangles? And I did not know. Okay? So, because I like psychanalysis, I like unconscious, I know the techniques of psychanalysis. What I did, I went on my couch, I looked at this painting, okay? And when you look at my paintings, by the way, there are two ways to look at them, okay? The first way is to look from where you are and to look at its globality and not moving your eye, just keeping at its globality, and then your eye will start to move things. And then you will see things will start to change, and then you will start to see whatever your imagination can bring you. Okay? So if you look from here on totality, stay focused on totality, at some point it's more imagination. Okay? But the other way is to look at a point, focus, really focus on this triangle. And after this one, you go to this one. And then you realize, hey, this is a triangle structure within triangle compositions. Oh, by the way, there is another one here. Oh, by the way, there is another one, another one. Oh, by the way, this is a triangle. And this is another one, this is another one, this is another one. Oh, by the way, this is a triangle. But you need to go slowly. And when you do this, very slowly, then your body will start to calm down. Like if you are stressed, do this, you remove your stress. And then your mind will start to relax. And then you can go in meditation. And you can go to hypnosis also. It's what happens when I paint, by the way. Okay? So I was looking at my paintings, focusing, trying to go to hypnosis, to go to psychanalysis, you know, and I let all my ideas flow. And I said, okay, Greg, why are you making triangles? And I found out that triangles in French means triangle. Triangle, if you divide it in two, triangle, trois angles, three hooks, okay? Trois, if I remove the T, it becomes trois. And if I remove the R, if I remove the R, it becomes toi. If I remove the T, it becomes roi, okay? You need to understand that for a long time, I didn't know who I was. For a long time, I had my father and my mother who were totally opposite. So it was my personality by making triangles. But then, when I remove the T, become roi. Roi means king. And I said, yeah, but when I think about a king, it's somebody so high in the hierarchy that he is independent. He is autonomous. He's supposed to be a guide for people, which are my values. Okay? So when I looked at it, I said, but it's me. It's my personality and my values. Okay? So it's not me with my physical attributes, like head and body, but it represents my psychological attributes, which by the way could be yours also, because we are all born from our parents and we all took a bit of them, etc. This is why, for example, this painting, the original, is in a museum in Dallas. Because they believe it's the first time in art history that an artist succeeds to make a 100% abstract self-portrait. Because in the past you were still trying to take the face, to move it, but here I didn't show the physical attributes, I did the psychological attributes. All my paintings are a bit of a nostalgia of the past. And I'm gonna explain you why. Because in the past, even when people were going to war, you know, they were having an armor, they were engraving everything. When they had a weapon, an arm, they were engraving things. When they were making a house, a lot of details. Okay? So the aestheticism had a very big importance over the usefulness of the thing. Okay? And to do this, it was taking time. Because to do all the engraving, for example, on an armor, it was not done in 5 minutes. Okay? It was taking effort. Okay? Because you had to be concentrated or do your stuff for a long time, etc. And any mistake on an armor is too late, you cannot change. Okay? you needed some courage to start, because when you start, you know it can take you a long time. Okay, lot of effort, and you need, frankly, sometimes you need to be courageous to start doing it. But you need also perseverance, because from the moment you start, you know it's gonna be difficult. You realize it is difficult, but you need to go to the end. Okay, and if you look at patience, courage, perseverance, effort, those are values that people don't have anymore, the young at least. I had a dream. There is, because I've been living here for 15 years, there is a Royal Dutch Delft, okay, who are making vase, etc. And I said, I want one. I want that they make one using my own stuff, because I do blue, etc. I thought it would be nice, okay. And it took me, and I discussed with them, they checked with their archivist. They have never, out of 350 years of existence, never did a vase in 100% abstract, okay? So I said, it has to be done by me, okay? And I did it. So I can show you what it looks like if you are interested. But the problem is that they did it, okay? Based on my painting. But I said, now I want to learn to do it myself. And I didn't win any prize from the professionals, but I got the 5th prize from the public. The public had an application to vote. And I got 5th prize, so I was happy, you know. But it was only the first 3 who had a prize, okay? So I was on the board, you know, number 5, but that's all. But what happened is that then I won the 3rd prize at the Biennale. So here now it's a big prize. Yeah. And this in front of more than 1,000 people, you know, you got to get your prize, etc. Me, for 2 years, I said, I will go back, I will win something. I don't know what, but I was going to win something, okay? Because now I trust in what I do, okay? By the way, I forgot to tell you something, is that I told you for 25 years, people could see me doing, but once it was finished, it was put in my home, bang, nobody could see my stuff. And it was maybe 5 years ago, I met an artist, and by speaking to him, I said, oh, me too, but you know, I don't show. He said, why? I said, I'm afraid, you know, I never did studies. And he said, who cares? Myself also, I never did studies, and most of the artists never did studies. So you don't need to have done studies to become famous, for example, all this kind of thing. And I said, why not? And then I started to do a first exhibition, and I started to like. And it's difficult to do exhibitions, to be honest with you, because 99% of the people will just pass, especially with my paintings, because like I told you, you need time to look at them, etc. And people now just pass. But 1 out of 100, sometimes they spend time, and they start to enjoy. And then I can have an interaction with people and speak about this, etc. And this is, a brief, rare moment of joy, but it's a moment that I really like. Okay, that's why I still do exhibitions, like one with you today. I told you I like to make the painting again and again, to change it, okay? So, and then I told you, sometimes I change it so much that you will not realize they come from the same. Like this painting, which was made to make the foulard, it's the same. I mean, like, if you look at this triangle, with those triangles, you will find them here. But this doesn't have anything to do with this. You know, so I change everything inside to make it something that if you put the 2 next to each other, nobody will know unless I tell it. Okay? So this is what I like to do. And sometimes when I make paintings which takes me a lot of time, you know, hours and hours and hours, sometimes I like to go more to the simplicity.